Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the next episode review of Undead Murder Farce, or Undead Girl Murder Farce, episode 2. Well, you're wondering why I'm not wearing the glasses, because the lens popped off and I had to fix it, so it has a little more adjustment to it, so it's going to be, which is weird because the next video I'll have the glasses on, because that was just before it, so I'm doing a reverse of it, so that's why. But anyway, getting back to episode 2 with Undead Girl or Undead Murder Farce, I'm really enjoying it. It was another pleasant surprise anime for me. I mean, now this has become more of a. I think what I failed to mention in the last video is this has now become more of it's become more like a detective, more like a detective Sherlock Holmes type series, which is a good thing, guys. I always enjoyed Sherlock Holmes anyway, so. But it was now here they're solving a murder case, specifically a vampire murder. So I'm like, okay, this is becoming like kind of like a Sherlock Holmes detective story. Cool. So, and it shows that there's this head vampire, the name of Goto. I've mispronounced the name again because I'm always mispronouncing names. And his younger son, they hunt a deer. They kill it and they bring it back to their mansion. He has an older son and a younger daughter, and he knows that in their storage unit, they find a silver stake and it's covered with boiling blood. It's boiling. So they find that his daughter's fine, and which is with their maid, and he also has Alfred, the butler. They have a butler named Alfred. Fitting, you know. Batman, vampires, vampire bats. I thought it was kind of a fitting thing. The butler name's Alfred. And then he goes to see his wife, and his wife is dead. His wife is dead through the silver stake through the chest. So the press, which the reporters. But what's the thing interesting about it? That my light was on, I don't know why. But that the humans are aware of the existence of vampires, which they're a little bit unsettled because they're about drinking blood. Though even though Lord Goto that he's telling the press that he hasn't drank human blood in over 20 years. He's doing the best trying to blend in with humanity, society, and all that, right? So it's still a little bit trust issues there. So he's called in some detectives, which in case it's our guy, mispronounced. Well, Ayu and our other lead guy, Shishu. Sorry, it's gonna take some time to know these names. Well, especially him, but okay, Shinuchi. There you go. So he's hired them to investigate. Okay, this is becoming like a Sherlock Holmes detective story. And you get a funny bit where Shinuchi, he's trying to scam his way out of paying for the carriage ride. The poor driver, he's trying to scam his way out. And even with Aya saying that, oh hey, don't be fooled by him. Even though your wife hates you and your drinking problems, he goes and rubs that in though. So it's the point where the driver has to run into the mansion to beg for Lord Goto for please pay me the fare. Oh, and I got the name wrong. It's Goddard, not Goto. I don't know why I said that, but it's Goddard, Lord Goddard, the head vampire of the mansion, Goddard. So they come in and they're asking, who are you? They ID themselves, but then they're wondering where that other female voice is coming from. First, they think it's instead of May, but she's not talking though. So, and when it comes to times, when they reveal, the Lord Goddard and his two sons are just shocked to see a talking severed head in a bird cage. I'm like, oh, how are you alive? I mean, that's funny. It's funny that they're shocked to see it. I mean, they're vampires, really deadly creatures, but they're just shocked to see a talking severed head. That's also pretty funny too. Is that oh yeah, these deadly blood. Well, which even though they haven't drank blood in over 20 years, but still, but you know how vampires are, right? But it's like it's funny. They're just shocked to see a severed head. So, and then we get into the detective bit where they're investigating. You know, trying to find clues or whatever. Just the explanation how Lord Goddard's wife how she was killed, like how in the chair, like how she was stabbed, the way she was stabbed, and you know, and establishing some points, you know, and like how the killer got in, infiltrated. I mean, which brings up to it. She has 7 points, which is another funny bit too, where she's bringing up the points on how the killer got in, or how they know where that silver stake was in the storage unit, and how they know when to come at night, etc. Right? And because he's holding the bird cage, right? And when he's doing all the points, right, and when he gets up to 5, then when he gets to the 6th point, he's like, how am I supposed to do this? And she goes, stick out your tongue. And then with the 7th point, he goes and stand on your leg. I mean, and when the Lord Goddard's young daughter comes in, and she just turns around with the way he's looking, right, scares her away. And then Iago says, "Hey, that's enough." So, I mean, I'm really enjoying the series so far. I mean, it's cool that now they're getting to, because getting to the detective part. You know, it's just like how, like who did this? They're maybe thinking it's a hunter because they confiscated the silver stake from a hunter, so assuming it's him, or could be another vampire. Who knows? But I'm really intrigued by this. You know that you know there's the solving murder cases now, but in the process, that's where Anya has to find the rest of her body, and also to prevent Bushiuchi, you know, from his demon state, you know, from trying to take it from corrupting his mind, because like I said before, the more he uses his demon powers, the more it's going to corrupt his mind, and no more of his human mind, rarely enough. So they're solving murder cases right now, and at the same time they're trying to solve their own problems, right? But I'm really liking it, you know. I mean, yeah, it's the humor, especially with Shinichi is funny, right? Especially with the whole point of him when it comes to 6 and 7, how much is old, because he can't move it, lift his fingers and drop the cage, right? And so, but I'm finding it intriguing, you know, becoming like I said, like a Sherlock Holmes detective story. Which I think reading up, I think Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson will be in it. So it is a detective story, which is cool, because I always like Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson. Especially, I've always been a big fan of. My dad always loved Basil Rathbone and Nigel Bruce as Holmes and Watson. They would always be the best ones. But episode 2 of Undead, I'm just going to call it Undead Girl Murder Farce instead of going back and forth. Undead Girl Murder Farce, I'm just going to call it that. If you prefer to still call it Undead Murder Farce, that's fine too, but I'm just going to call it, I'm not going to keep on going back and forth, but Undead Girl Murder Farce, episode 2, I really enjoyed it. This will be another fun series that I'm really going to enjoy. I mean, so yeah, it's a detective story solving murder cases. I'm really all for it, especially with a guy who's half human, half demon, basically carrying a severed head, with her maid carrying that big musket rifle. So, but I'm looking forward to more. So, but anyway, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode review, which would be of Last Boss Queen, which that'll be the next video where you see me with the glasses on. So, yeah, I did it reverse though, but anyway, but stay tuned for that one, and we'll see you next time. Later.